Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Jimmy Kimmel is back in his new role as the conscience of America. He no longer is a late-night talk show host, and this time he went too far. Kimmel stunned viewers as he brought out his sick son who just had surgery, under glaring lights as his prop just so he could bash President Donald Trump. Well, Trump just gave him a nasty surprise that he won't soon forget. Americans are sick of celebrities lecturing us on politics. They have no special knowledge nor education. In fact, most of them sound like brainwashed lunatics. Jimmy Kimmel has graduated into the ranks of one of the worst, after the stunt that he just pulled with his sick son. In case you missed it, Jimmy Kimmel once again used his expertise as a late-night talk show host to deliver a tear-filled monologue about healthcare policy, complete with his young son Billy, who just had open heart surgery last week, in his arms, reported Twitchy. Billy just had heart surgery last week, so keep that in mind when you learn why Kimmel resorted to using him as a prop. The Los Angeles Times reported, on Monday night's episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live, late-night TV's champion for affordable healthcare made his case once again: the children's health insurance program needs to be funded already. Crying as he held his son, Kimmel launched into his monologue. It covers around 9 million American kids whose parents make too much money to qualify for Medicaid, but don't have access to affordable coverage through their jobs, which means it almost certainly covers children, explained Kimmel. About 1 in 8 children are covered only by CHIP. However, there's one huge problem with what Kimmel is saying: it's all lies. President Trump's tax plan isn't leaving these children out in the cold, and he already fixed the CHIP program. No one is dying, and this makes Kimmel look like a fool. Town Hall reports, as for CHIP, House Republicans passed a 5-year renewal of the program in early November, with most lower chamber Democrats voting against the measure because they opposed how the legislation is paid for. The report adds, liberals like Kimmel may not agree with the GOP's funding mechanisms, but that's a very different argument than accusing heartless Republicans of allowing the funds to expire. Choking back tears and holding his son in his arms, Kimmel excoriated Republicans for putting a tax cut that mostly goes to rich people ahead of the lives of children, a reference to the still pending funding extension for CHIP, a popular and bipartisan healthcare program. This year, Congress let the money for CHIP expire while they work on getting tax cuts for their billionaire and millionaire donors, Kimmel said, regurgitating a misleading Democratic line. The Republican approach is to allow the vast majority of middle-income families, including millions of parents who will benefit from expanded child tax credits, to keep more of the money they earn in the coming years. The average family would receive a tax cut of nearly $1,200 in year one under the proposal. That may not sound like a lot of money to a Hollywood millionaires like Jimmy Kimmel, but it's serious cash to many of the people for whom he purports to speak. The Trump administration will use this flexibility to keep CHIP running smoothly until Congress passes a multi-year bill, which the House has already done. It's fine for Jimmy Kimmel to urge Congress to complete that process as soon as possible, but that's not what he is doing. He is spewing lies while holding his son who just had surgery. The bottom line is we are citizens of the greatest country on earth and we don't let people die in the streets. If someone needs medical care and are dying, they cannot be turned away from the emergency room. Barack Obama screwed up healthcare with his Obamacare, and now Donald Trump is trying to fix it. He will, but for now, it's time Jimmy Kimmel educates himself before he plans to spew lies on his late-night moral authority show. It's really getting old. Share the story and leave a comment by clicking one of the buttons below. Follow us on Facebook at Mad World News.